Alright guys, welcome back to the What's in the Garage. Today is going to be the part one of redoing the 1973 Volkswagen thing. I mentioned this in my last video, but what I'm going to do is I'm actually just going to completely disassemble the thing. I thought about actually putting everything together and then put it back together, but when I got to thinking about it, I'm like, there really isn't much to this car. So I was like, the doors are already on it anyways, so I think I'm just going to disassemble it completely. So that's all I'm going to do today. On part one, I'm going to take the doors off. I got to take the handles off of it, take the door off of it. I want to take the hood off of it, the rear deck lid off of it. I don't think I can get the top off just because I'm by myself. I may have to get my dad to help me get that off. I'm going to take the seats out of it. I'm going to take the instrument cluster. I'm literally going to just get everything stripped completely off of it. And then I'm going to start the process of sanding, if I even need to sand certain areas, whatever. I'm going to do that part. I know I got to do a little sanding on the fender just because I guess being in storage from the previous owners, they got a couple hits in it, it's like that. But I'll sand all that out. But that's what we're going to do today. Let's get this thing completely disassembled and get to the next step. So here we go. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to start on the passenger front door. It's pretty simple. There's just the two bolts here. There's one bolt on the side that gets the locking mechanism out, and then there's on the back side here, there's two bolts that actually hold the handle on, and that's literally it. So all I got to do is just take those out, put them in a bag, and just move on to the next handle and just do it over and over. And I actually forgot, in here on each door there's this little catch. I also need to take that off, so I didn't even think about it, so I had to take those off and go around and do all the other doors as well. So okay, now I have all those off. The doors literally, they literally just come right off. Sometimes they're a little stubborn. I gotta kind of hit the bottom of them, but other than that, they just come right off. Just like that. There's the other ones. And now the doors up, I'm gonna get all the handles and stuff like that, put those in bags, and then I'll store them away, and just keep taking stuff off, and we'll eventually get there. This is definitely one thing I highly recommend, is getting like some Ziploc bags and putting the parts in. It just kind of keeps everything together. All these are pretty, all these are universal, I believe, so I'm just going to try to put them all in one bag and do like that. That's fine. Eventually, when I do go put the thing back together, they're kind of dirty and dusty. I'll get my wire brush. I'll probably clean them up. I really need to get one of those parts cleaners. If I can get one of those parts cleaners, I think I'm going to get one, and I can just clean them up really, really good, and that'd be really, really nice. But we'll see. The seat, there's actually stands for the seats. They're not even bolted down, so I literally just gotta lift them, take them out. Next thing, I'm gonna take this hatch off. Like I said, I'm gonna take the hatch off, the doors off, the hood, and I'm gonna hang them all. And so when we spray the whole body, we're gonna spray the inside, and then come spray the outside, and then I'm gonna have all those pieces hanging up, so then I can just spray all those at one time and be done with it. I could probably paint this on with it on, but one, I'm too OCD to do that, because I'm afraid you're not gonna get all the little cracks and crevices like that. If you take them off, I think we'll get a lot better paint job on it, and don't have to worry about lifting it up to paint it and everything else. So we're gonna do that. That's it. I'm also gonna take this little piece off. That's just what the deck lid actually catches. Now all the wiring in here, I'm going to move that out of the way. But all this wiring in here, I could take this thing apart. I'm just going to get all the wiring. I'm going to cover it up. I'm going to probably wrap it. I'll probably zip tie it all together. And just trying to get it to like lay down right here. So when I am painting, I can just kind of move that if I even need to. Because if I come straight out of here and just go straight down, I'll be fine. The grommets aren't brand new, so I'm gonna make sure I take the grommets off and then slide them down in here. Probably put this in like maybe a Ziploc bag. Put all this in a Ziploc bag, like a little baggie right here, and then tape it all up and get it out of the way. So when I'm painting, you know, like because I'm gonna paint all in here. So get all that stuff out. I'm gonna do this on both sides. The wire does go through in here. I could technically fish it completely out. I may do that. I'm gonna come back to the wiring though. Do that, but I'm just trying to look and make sure there's anything in here that I need to be moved or plugged or anything like that. Like all this stuff, I don't know what this is for. There's some bolts. There's two bolts, a bolt here, another bolt here. I don't know what that was for. But if I can't, I really hate to cut them out, but then I'd really hate to leave them and then paint them at the same time and then go cut them out. But I'm gonna try to track those down and see what those bolts are. If you guys know what these old bolts are for, let me know pretty quick, because I believe they're for probably the stock air breather or something like that came on these engines. So if that's the case, obviously we don't have the stock engine no more, so that is not going to be it. And then I'm going to come back and I didn't do this to the thing, nor did the previous owners, the previous owner, but because the thing has that 3-inch body lift, this seal that normally seals all the way around, it's not going to seal anymore because of the gap. Well, and also because the engine they put in had dual carburetors. The dual carburetors came right up in here, and normally you would have a problem because this would be below it, but because of the 3-inch gap, they cut this out. I wish they wouldn't have done that. It just pains me that they did that. So my other alternative is one, they cut them, but they didn't do the best job, because this one is, you know, this one's like, what is that, like 4 or 5 inches from, and then they cut it, and over here it's like they barely did anything. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make like I'm gonna go over here, mark it, I'm gonna cut it out completely, you know, make it nicer, because it's kind of a crappy, they bent it, it's like that. I'm gonna cut it and make a template out of it, and then I'm gonna flip the template over here and do a hat. So yeah, it sucks that it's cut, it's like that, but I think if I went and cut it and where they're matching, I think that's just gonna look better and everything else. And then I'll put like some rubber edging around here, and just to kind of clean it up, make it look a little bit better because of dual carbs. So that's my theory on that. But let's keep taking stuff off. I think the next thing to take off is, it's gonna be the hood. Now the hood only has like 4 bolts on the whole thing, and then the whole thing will come out, so that should be pretty easy. And I just noticed too, this hood's got holes right here. That is right. The hood, there's supposed to be little bumpers on the hood, and, or not the hood, the windshield. Windshield's got two little bumpers, like a little thing, and this thing's got like a round puck that goes here, so you can actually lay the hood down, and it'll kind of like go into place on the hood. That's just one of the features of the thing, so I need to make sure I order those, because that's one thing I did not see in the parts. Of course, I'll probably order it and then I'll find it, but I just didn't realize it actually had that. But these are awesome. I don't think I've ever seen these in person. Most of the doors on these Volkswagen things, they're like the vinyl, vinyl with the plastic, clear plastic on the doors, and they slide it on top of the doors. Think like a Jeep Wrangler or something like that. But Volkswagen thing actually had an option where you could put hard doors, hard windows in it with actual glass in it. To my understanding, these are really hard to get. Not a lot of things came with them, and they're really expensive to have. So the fact that mine came with them, I've never even opened them. So I don't know how good a shape they're in. I think they're in decent shape, but it's just really cool they actually came with it. Yeah, he told me one of the glass broke on one of them. Which I'll be able to fix that. That's something that's not too bad. It's just, I just can't believe I got the hard windows with this thing. I think that's awesome. Let me get this glass off of here. I'm gonna do it here. I'll get the vacuum cleaner in. That's what they look like from the outside. It's almost just like my the split window buses. It's the same little thing. You do this back and you slide it back. Where's this one being? Oh no, it slides forward. I'm sorry. Like that, and that's your window. That's all you get. But that's it though. That is cool. Of course, we got them from the Thing Shop. The Thing Shop is a well-known, for the Volkswagen Thing guys, the Thing Shop is a really well-known place, and that's where he got it then. So I don't think these are the original ones, but I know the Thing Shop is really good about authenticity of stuff. So their stuff is really, really good and almost like really good replica of what was there. So let's put these to the side. And here's the one with the broken, dang it. That's fine. What I'll do is, unfortunately it is riveted in there. But good thing is I have the other one, so I'm gonna have to take two of them apart really. I'll have to undo this one. There's some rivets in there. I'll have to undo two of them, I think. No, actually, I think they'll slide completely out. I think that's actually what they'll do. They'll actually slide completely out. But anyways, I can go get it cut. Go get glass cut for it, and then I'll put it back together. So that should be dead. Or if I'll look up on the Thing Shop, if the Thing Shop has just a glass replacement, because there is a circle in one of these for that little mechanism that locks, that slides. So that is going to be a research item. Here's some of the tin. I didn't know that was in there. I am going to take the tank out of it. Yeah, there's supposed to be some hold downs. You can like can't hold down, so it doesn't have that. So that's going to be another thing I'm going to have to write down. And that's another thing too. Every time I find something like, hey, I need these clamp downs, I got a little pad over there, and I go down and I write it down, because the odds of me remembering all this is not going to happen. So It's always good. Just write everything down so when it comes time to order parts, I just pull out that sheet of paper and it gives me an idea and stuff like what I need to get. Let's go ahead and take this fuel tank out. It's not even bolted down, which is crazy, but and this is one area of the thing that I knew it had some damage on it. And I knew it had some work up here, and it's a little bad, but it's not bad though. I've had some things where, in some Volkswagens where it's completely rusted out, and this is not the case. But it isn't perfect, that's for sure. So I'm probably going to come in here and just maybe do a little bit of hammering on this, trying to get it cleaned up a little bit. But I'm just going to do the best I can and clean it up. But we're getting there. This is the door, oh not the door, the hood, which the whole thing's melted off of it, so it's probably going to need a new one of those. That's for sure. Yeah, but I can fix that. Okay, I need to take this hood thing out, but it's riveted in there. I can tell someone done it, so I'm going to drill this out and get this mechanism out of that. I want to try to get everything out of the way. I want to try to give this thing the best possible paint job I can. Okay, what I'm going to do here, this is the hood latch thing. It's a movable piece in here, and it's riveted in 4 times. Some people would just tape this off, and like me, it's just simple. Just take the rivets out of it, take this thing completely out, then you can clean it, and when I paint it, you're not going to get any overspray down there, or any overspray. You don't want paint on this. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to get a drill and drill out the rivets. I have a rivet gun, so it's just the best thing to do. Trying to give it the best look I can. So let's just drill them out. Just like that. And that's it. It's out. Now I can take this thing out. I can clean it really, really good. I'll finish taking the rivets out because some of the rivets stayed in there. But yeah, that's going to be such a better option than before. So, okay, I got to get a little screwdriver in there and I can take this line out of there. That's how you do the fine adjustment on it. So here's all the wiring for that. I think this is for the 73 was equipped with a gas heater. I know, it sounds like the worst idea in the world. But that's what they had. They had a gas heater hooked up to it. I actually had 2 of them in my parts bin. But it went right here, and this is like a little line that did that for that. So I'm just going to take that line out. Yeah, I'm just going to take that line out because honestly, I don't even think I'm going to put a gas heater back in this thing. I live in Texas. It's hot as crap during the time I won't be wanting to drive this anyways. So yeah, I think I probably won't even install it, but I have the components if I ever get a wild hair at my butt and want to do it, or I may get it, clean it up, and put it back in here just so it's got the look, and you know, just kind of do a complete it per se. But I will probably never turn it on. But I need to figure out a way to, if I get it around. Nicely wrapped around like that. And when I come in here and paint, that should be fine. Let me get a zip tie. Alright, after my battery died, this is what it did. What I did too is I got this piece of wire right here, and I don't want it, I want to kind of get it up. So what I did, I just wrapped it up, made like a little taco burrito out of it. But then I got a little piece of hard wire right here, and I shoved in there. And then I ran it across here, and you tape that up, and now it keeps it up. So there's a little piece of wire right there, you can see it. And that's what I'm gonna do. Instead of having to hang it off with something or whatever, now I can have this. Now when I go to paint, I can come over here and I can paint, and I can paint there, and it has very little blockage or anything like that. So that was my theory on that. That was a little trick. I've done that before in the past and it worked out really, really well. That's just a little trick. Okay, I think, so we got the hood off. I got everything out of here. I'll have to tape that little bolt. I think I do. I may can actually punch that little thing out. Maybe. I'll end up having to tape all this out because I don't want orange overspray. This is actually all pretty decent shape. But it'd be a good time to clean it all though, for sure. Clean it all, and then I'll cover it all up. So when I paint it, it won't be oversprayed and stuff like that. So I got everything off of it. I need to take the windshield off of it. Take the windshield off of it. I can take these little, these are the clamps to hold it on. I can't take the top off, like I said earlier, because I'm by myself, and there's no way I'm gonna risk taking the thing off by myself because it'll end up just breaking. But I can take this off. The previous owner already took this thing off, so I don't have to worry about this. This is the windshield wiper. It goes on like that, and then it pops through, and then the wiper blades and stuff like that. So yeah, I don't have to worry about that right now. I will have to figure out a mechanism on how to keep this up. I may bring it up over here on the steering wheel, tape it up, and then go from there. I don't know, I'll figure that out. But yeah, I think let's go ahead and take the windshield off and do that. I'm not too sure where the bolts are on. Yeah, the bolts are actually underneath it, so you have to flip it down. I was trying to find them, but I couldn't remember. But there's just those two bolts, and that should be it. What are you barking at? The dog's always barking at something. Now I have to take these, this is like the little, it holds the window down. Of course I'm going to take those off. I'm going to smash this thing up, so let me cut this one out. Because I know I got a template that fit inside this one, so let me cut this one out. I create another template for this one, and then I'll translate that over there. Getting close. Well, there it is. I cut it out completely like this. I don't like it, but it does look better than what it used to look like. Yeah, that's about all I can say about that. This one got a little bit closer to the wall over here, but we'll see. Like I said, I'm gonna try to get some of this. They make some of this rubber that it pinches it, like a pinch of it, and I'm gonna try to run it across, run right here. Over here, it's not really gonna go in it, but I'm hoping between here and it catches right here, it'll just kind of keep it there, you know, there. And I'll just kind of clean it up, like where you don't cut it up or whatever. But I think that's gonna be it. That's one more thing off my list to do. Alright, so what I'm going to do here is some of these screws, this was actually almost already falling out just because I guess the guy had it done. But this is the speedometer thing. This one actually does fall out. But these are just the little covers that went over. This was, the whole dash is made up like these plates. There's like a plate here and then a plate here, whatever, and it did it. So my theory is there's a lot of the wire. This is where all the electrical system is on the entire thing, the fuse box, and you know, all that fun stuff. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take these things off. There's 3 of them here, and I'm going to take all 3 of them off, and that way I can sand them really, really good, and it's like that. And then I'll come in here and I'll get some paper, and I'll tape up all this entire dash, and then that way it'll, when I'll put it back together, it should be nice. So. And one thing, I'm gonna have a fun day when it comes to electrical. Actually, it shouldn't be too bad. Most of the stuff is color coded, or everything in here is color coded and stuff like that, so it shouldn't be too bad. But let me get some tape, and I'm just gonna start taping this up, taping it up, taping it up, taping it up, and yeah, let's get that going. So this is gonna be fun. Where'd my tape go? There. One good thing about me actually taking these out, the steering wheel is in my way anyway, so it's going to be real hard to get here and paint with this thing in the way. Now this entire section I don't really have to worry about. Only thing I got to paint is this top little section right here, and then I'm done. So that will be easy. I can come here and spray, come right across the steering wheel, and there'll be no issues. So that's actually a lot better alternative right there. Okay, the next step is I'm gonna be real careful, because one, I think that bottle is a Zing only bottle for the brake fluid holder, whatever you want to call it. I'd really like to take that off, because if you don't, it's just, I don't think it'd be almost impossible to paint it and make it look worth the darn. So let me see how I can take that off. Woohoo! It fell off. And all it was just a gasket on the top. I was holding it on. Oh, let me get this out of here before it leaks all over the place. I think the next step is to get all this junk out of here that I made a big mess in here, so let me get all that. Okay, now it's looking a lot better. All this is not going to get painted at all, so I'll have to come in here and I'll probably get trash bags and cover it up. And then I thought about once I'm done with it all, I may come in here on just on the floors. The center's fine and the side's fine, but on the floors I noticed, I guess it got grinded down a little bit. I may end up come back and scuffing it all and then get some of that roll-on rhino liner or something like that to lay down. So I think that'll probably be the best thing to do. But I'm so glad I get that done. I can tell there's a lot of little work up in there that I need to, it's like flaking paint, it's like that. But getting that all off is going to make it look a whole lot better, so I'm glad that happened. Alright, one of the last things is the front bumper. It's only got one bolt on it, so well guys, I think it's going to be it for the day. I did a lot today, but it is a simple vehicle, so it makes it a lot easier as well. I think I got everything that I could possibly take off of it except for the top. I gotta wait for my dad to get here because I'll break it if I do by myself, I know. But it's just 4 little bolts and it comes off. No big deal. But let's do a quick walkthrough, and man, it looks weird with the thing being like, it looked like someone stole it from me and stole all the parts off of it. But I'm gonna go do a little sweep around it and see what it looks like now. There she is. I'm gonna have to do a bunch of taping for sure. But I try to get every little bolt out and stuff like that. And these little tabs, I'm gonna have to go around. These Volkswagen's really notorious. It's made for like a wire hold down. There's a bunch of them like this one right here. I need to get like a little hammer, and I'm gonna flatten them and make them stick straight up. They're here, they're everywhere. So I am gonna do that. That's gonna be like a final thing I want to do. I'm gonna go all the way around it and get all those sticking up. Because you want to try to get both sides of those when you lap it over the screw. We got that. It just looks so different without all the stuff on it. Crazy. It's gonna, and then of course the dash is completely gone, and that'll be all taped up. And then under here I'm gonna have a little bit of fun. I don't know if you guys can see that. Let me turn the light on. Oh, that looks weird. But anyways, I got all these like little wires here and stuff like that. I'm gonna tape all those. I'm gonna tape all this up. That way I won't get spray on it as well. But then it's just gonna be a lot of cleaning. Like I said, I'm gonna take it out. I'm gonna pressure wash this thing, and then I'm gonna be scrubbing. I don't think there's anything back here to do except for cleaning, of course. I like all this, and I'm just going to tape. I'll eventually tape this out, and then you know, cover the wheel and go from there. And then the whole back is completely cleaned up in here. Of course, you guys watch me cut that out. As painful as it was to do, I hate cutting that out, but it was already done, so it is what it is. But now they match, so it should look a whole lot. That one and that one, the best I could do. And honestly, I don't know if I want to go dual carburetor on this engine, but either way, that was already messed up, so there was no saving it. What I would do though is if I could find this metal, I can cut to here and then just replace that piece of the metal, and it'll give me that seal back. I don't know if the thing shop makes those. I think if the thing shop makes them, regardless if I'm going to do it or not, I probably just buy them. Because I know some of the stuff on it is getting really, really hard to find. It's like that, but I'd rather have something like that sitting on my shelf for 20 years and never need it than need it one day. So I'll probably end up doing that. You know, I think kind of combing through it. Oh, there's always one last thing. Take that off. Well, that's it. And then here's all the parts we took off. Took the bumper off of it, the gas tank out of it, all the doors, bumper, because the bumper's not going to get painted. Those bumpers are going to get painted. There's all the fenders that I have for it. There's all the doors. Those are the dash pieces, and then there's the rear deck lid, and then there's the window, and then there's the hood behind it. So I'm gonna have to clean my entire shop out, set up sawhorses and everything else to get those, because I'm probably gonna have to hang every single one of them. So I'm probably gonna have to build like some kind of I don't know, like a truss or something where I can like hang across and then hang them from those pieces. That way I can get every piece hanging, because I don't want it to be sitting down. I want to be able to hang it. That way I can paint both sides and just do it one sweep. If not, you got to paint it, you got to let it dry, and then you can flip it over. That's just not reasonable. We're gonna do that. But no, I think it's ready. When my dad gets here, I may start cleaning it up a little bit. But yeah, my dad gets here, cleans up, start sanding, and let's get some paint on this thing. Alright guys, I appreciate you guys sticking around with me today. If you can, please like and subscribe if you like what I'm doing. If not, that's just fine as well. But please leave comments down below, because I'm sure I messed something up. I always mess something up. I've definitely never done this before. Definitely not a thing. I'm definitely, you know, kind of handyman, kind of do a little bit of everything, but I'm sure there's something I messed up on. So please reach out to me if I did. Leave any comments below if you can. But I do appreciate you guys. Until next time, y'all take care.